Yo, DragooX is back and welcome to another Elden Ring video. Today I want to show you guys my new Estoc Spellblade build. In this build we are using the Glintstone Pebble Ash of War, and this skill is very underrated. I never saw someone using this skill against me, but it's so powerful, and I think a lot of people don't know how strong that skill can be. Because when you optimize your build for this skill, it's so useful. With this build you can not only one-shot people in PvP, you can also use it in PvE to stagger a lot of mobs, and this is very useful. They can't attack you, you just spam the skill, they get staggered every time and you deal insane damage. So I would say guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and on my channel you can find way more build videos to Elden Ring, so check it out. And I would say we take now a look onto this Estoc Spellblade build. First, let us take a look onto the weapons that I'm using here, and here I go with two Estocs. Let's start with the Estoc that I'm using in the right hand, and here I'm using the Glintstone Pebble, the main skill in this build. And don't forget, when you put the Glintstone Pebble on your Estoc, choose magic. And if you want to know the reason why I took the Estoc here and not any other weapon, it's because it's a very fast weapon. We have a thrusting sword here, it's very fast, decent range, and the main reason are the attacks that you can do while running, because with these attacks you can easily attack your enemy when he's dodge rolling. And this is very helpful in a lot of situations in PvP, because often when people are low health, they're just spamming dodge rolls, and with the attack you can finish them. Another reason is that on the Estoc we don't need a big amount of strength or dex, and also the int scaling is very good here. If we're gonna take now a look on the second Estoc in the left hand, I'm using also here a magic Estoc with the Glintblade Phalanx skill. And I think the most of you know the spell with the blades around you, and this is basically the same but as a Ash of War. This skill also deals good damage, and you can precast it before you start the fight, then you have some extra damage to the start, or you can trigger a dodge roll on the enemy, and the time he's dodge rolling to you, you can use your Glintstone Pebble to one-shot him. This is a very good combo that you can do sometimes. Okay, these are the two Estocs that I'm using in this build, and then I also have a dagger equipped, and on this dagger I just use a buff. I'm not using this dagger also, I'm just playing here the golden woe buff. With this buff we get some extra damage and resistance, and both of them are really helpful in this build. So you don't need to upgrade this dagger, it's just for the buff. Now we're gonna take a look onto the armor that I'm using here in this build, and here I go with the full set of the Spellblade Armor. This armor have a buff that you increase with every piece the damage of your Glintstone skills. That means with the Ashes of War that we have equipped here, we deal more damage, because both of them are Glintstone sorcery skills. The armor gives us also a good amount of magic resistance. It's a light armor and we get a good amount of magic resistance. The physical one is not so good, but for this we use a talisman, and now we're gonna take a look onto them. And here we start with the Dragon Quest Creature Talisman. This talisman is definitely a must-have if you want some survivability, because without it you get so much damage. You guys can see it, without the talisman equipped we drop to 0, or better said under 0% damage negation. The reason for this is the magic scorpion charm that we have also equipped in this build, because it's a must-have. It raises our magic attack power, so it's perfect for this build, but lowers our physical damage negation. So we trade some damage negation for more damage done. I think that's a good trade. And also the next talisman, the Shard of Alexander that we are using here in this build, is very helpful. It greatly boosts the damage of our skills. That means both of our Ashes of War, the Glintstone Pebble and the Glintblade Phalanx, both of them dealing more damage, so it's also a very strong talisman in this build. The last talisman that I'm using is the Ritual Sword Talisman, and this item increases the attack power when we are at maximum HP. This fits also perfect into this build. We have to stay on a small range anyway for our skill, so it's also a very strong item for some extra damage. This is the equipment that I'm using. If you combine these talismans together with the full Spellblade Armor, you get such a big damage increase. And you should also check that you go in your mixed Physick potion with the extra magic damage done and with more intelligence. This is also a great damage boost. To the end of this build we wanna take a look onto the attribute points, and I'm on this character in the moment level 80. I'm going here with 40 points into rigor and 50 points into intelligence. We don't need that much strength and dex. I already have more than we need, because I took the samurai class. I have some more points there. We only need 11 strength and 13 dex for the weapons. Then I have a few points into endurance and mind. On a higher level for sure you can put more points into rigor and all the things, also into mind. I play with a low FP pool because the skills, the Ashes of War, are not so expensive. They cost only a few FP, so you can easily play this build with just a few points into mind. Okay guys, this was the build video. If you still have questions, then feel free to ask me in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I would say we see us in the next video. Have a nice day and bye bye.
swear it was only pain. I told myself that everything will really be okay. So I just keep on working like I'm Francis in this lane. Like I'm Francis, you got no way. I've been coming with the punch, ay. I ain't giving up, yeah, you got me in a rush. I gotta keep moving, I'ma tell them what to shush. Niggas such as I don't know my way, I'm taking top shit, man. That's a simple fact. I gotta put it down. So listen to me, man. You can't just do it if you just believe. I'm not like that.